Opinion: Donald Trump might have Taylor Swift kicked his chance to win Arizona. Hey buddy, welcome to our YouTube channel. Hope you all are enjoying. Let's begin. Not long after Taylor Swift endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris for president, Donald Trump went online and, channeling his fifth-grade self, which is essentially no different than his 78-year-old self, posted, "I hate Taylor Swift." Swift, an actual grown-up who possesses actual class, did not respond with something like, "I'm rubber and you're glue." She didn't need to, since her endorsement led to 405,999 visits to the national voter registration site Vote. Trump and the members of his MAJ cult then derisively dismissed all things Taylor Swift. Last week, however, USA Today reported that the data company Resonate, which uses an AI modeling system that it says analyzes trillions of online interactions, said that 2.3 million Americans in battleground states are among those who are more likely to be swayed by celebrity endorsements. If true, it means Trump and his childish response might have delivered a Taylor Swift kick to his chances of carrying Arizona in November. Not that he shouldn't have known that already. In the days after Swift's endorsement, polls showed that Republicans had a much higher negative reaction to Swift than they had before. But this is a woman who has more than 550 million followers on different social media platforms. An analysis of Google Trends data for 2023 found that Swift dominated Google searches more than anyone, including Trump. Even Republicans think endorsement helps Harris. According to a YouGov poll conducted this month, more than 53% of Americans, including 31% of Republicans, think Swift's endorsement will help Harris. Before President Joe Biden dropped out of the race, the pollster and analyst Frank Luntz asked voters who would have the most influence on their vote. Trump was first at 38%, Biden second at 34%. In third was Swift at 25%. MAGA attacks on Swift could cost Trump the election. Luntz was asked about Swift's impact after Biden dropped out and Swift endorsed Harris. He said, "This election will be decided by a few thousand votes in 3 or 4 key states, so everything matters." Will this be the deciding factor? Probably not. But will it have an impact? Most definitely. Former Republican and political strategist Rick Wilson, who co-founded the anti-Trump Lincoln Project Super PAC, said, "Taylor Swift represents a different category of celebrity than almost anyone under the sun. She's sui generis, a fancy way of saying unique, in terms of the reach she has and her impact on young women, not to mention their fathers and mothers." If the Resonate analysis is correct, there may be as many as 161,000 such people in Arizona. In a state where Biden beat Trump by only 10,000 votes, well, you do the math. Travis Kelce may be struggling on the field, but he has some high-profile backers off it, with Whoopi Goldberg jumping to the defense of the Kansas City Chiefs tight end. Kelce has come under fire for a slow start to the season in which the 3-time Super Bowl winner has logged just 8 catches for 69 yards in 3 games. The easy assumption is to claim the 34-year-old has become distracted by being one half of arguably the most famous couple in the world, with his relationship with Taylor Swift attracting headlines around the world. But Goldberg was having none of it when she appeared on The View on Tuesday. The chat show legend said of Kelce's critics, "They apparently forgot that they won a Super Bowl last year with Kelce, and he and Swift were just as tight then as they are now. Grow up, y'all. Stop putting this on her. Your team is fine. Your team is doing well. Shut up." Kelce had a busy off-season, following Swift around the world while she was on her Eras tour, even appearing with her on stage during a concert in London. They were also pictured together at the U.S. Open in New York, shortly after the Chiefs' Week 1 win over the Baltimore Ravens. Goldberg, who blamed the right-wing media for fanning the flames following Swift's criticism of Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump, added, "He might have been a little busy, and maybe he's not 12 anymore. He's still a valuable player." Not everyone has been as supportive of Kels, with former ESPN analyst Todd McShay slamming him in an appearance on the Ryan Russillo podcast earlier this week. McShay said, "Every broadcast I've watched for the last few weeks, it's like, are we not allowed to say that he's out of shape? That he's been partying all off-season? He's been jet-setting around with the most famous person, probably in the entire world. That he's drinking, going to the US Open, he's got cocktails in."